Hey everybody, this is Merrick coming at you not live with another quickie today. So, I really didn't intend to talk about this figure, but honestly, messing around with him a lot, I actually kind of fell in love with him a little bit. And what we have here is the Transformers Age of the Primes Blastoff of the Combaticons. So, I'm always flip flopping on whether I collect G1 or I don't collect G1. And I know my personal aesthetics with G1, and it's usually characters that have like very robotic looking facial features or battle masks. And of course, most of the Combaticons are no exception. Hell, I'd argue that G1 Bruticus is one of my all time favorite combiners, up there with Superion. Now, unlike Superion, where I just kind of wanted the whole package and not really caring too much about the individual aerial bots because their designs really don't speak well to me, outside of their plane forms at least. I've actually been gathering the Combaticons as I've found them, and so far I've only gotten two, Blastoff being one of them. And I'm actually very, very surprised by the build quality and the way that they've like done these guys so far. As far as I'm aware, I don't think that they did. Yeah, no, pretty much all the Combaticons I think are like unique molds from each other, and that's what sort of like made them more special than say the aerial bots and Superion, where I kinda only I bought the aerial bots as I found them, and I kept them in the boxes individually until I had all the pieces to assemble Superion when I did. And now, as I've gotten more and more and more of like the Combaticons, I've been opening them up individually because I want to experience their singular bot forms before they just kind of like stay in their. Well, that's the whole thing. I'm now torn. Do I keep my Combaticons separate, or do I keep them as Bruticus for the rest of their days, or as Superion is probably going to be stuck that way forever now. Because that's really all I care about with him. But I really didn't anticipate my enjoyment of Blastoff as much as I did, because there's something about him that's very fun in swapping him back and forth. I mean, I had the same sort of deal when I was messing around with like Vortex, but Vortex, it takes a little bit more to change him around, but I really, really, really like how fun and simple Blastoff is, especially down to his bot design, because this is cool. This is really, really cool. So, the thing I especially like is the arm articulation, because it has some, while very simple, it really you can get some like pretty crazy, interesting poses with it. At least, I was able to do like the sort of like side gun thing. I don't know. He just kind of comes off as like that kind of unhinged head cocked to the side, both of his arms out, extended with his guns like double me. I don't know. There's shit like that, and I've got him into some pretty good poses that I guess are very evocative of an infiltrator. I'll try to get that back up right now as there we go. I had him something like that too on my desk earlier. But the thing I really enjoy is the transformation. Again, I don't really get to talk too much about these guys unless I like the transformation, and I really like his transformation except for one part, which is a pain in the ass, and I'll show you that in a sec. So we'll take his guns aside real quick before I do this on screen. So the easiest way to start, his little jets, pop him up like that, pop his legs open like so. This is the easiest part, and this is also kind of like the pain in the ass part, or a little bit of a pain in the ass part, because once that's like that, boom, you seal him up, his lower half is done. Pop his thing out like that. Next up, the head. We'll get to explaining this in a second, because this is also kind of a pain in the ass. Once that's in, pop his arms up. Turn him to the side. Whoop. You flip, you twist his hand in like so. Hand's a little weird the way they designed it, but you get those facing the bottom. Get his arms up like that. Twist it to the side. Do it so with the other side. Pull him up. Whoop. I'm just going to snap that together off camera real quick. Do it like that. There we go. And last but not least, you get his big ol' boom. And there we go. We have him in a space shuttle mode already. Oh, that part's a little finicky. I think that has to do with like the split in half function. But that is what it is. And there we go. Rocket ship mode. And real quick, the best place to apply the guns is under the wings. Because there's one weird design flaw with the guns in the hands for the tip. And that is an armed space shuttle, if I've ever seen one. So he does have like these pegs underneath his nose that you can plug the guns into because there's his hands. They just don't like to stick in there though for whatever reason. I think it's like the type of plastic. They just like to fall out easy. Sometimes they'll stay, but a lot of the times they won't. And it's very finicky on if they want to stay or if they don't want to stay. Heck, I got it stuck in there now. When I have it like that, it just kind of reminds me a little bit of spaceships I used to draw when I was a kid. Or just like jet fighters or something with like the guns on the chin like that. So there's something very like cool and relaxed about this that, I don't know, I just like the vibe it gives off. Especially when you have it under the wings too. But I love the big Decepticon logo on the top. I love the little Decepticon logo on the freaking wings there too. He's such a cool fucking rocket. Like, I like having him like this because it just, I don't know, it just looks so fucking cool. Like, I don't know how to describe it. But unfortunately, he's not going to be stuck like that forever as we just transform him back. Very simple steps. I usually tend to do his legs first because that's super easy to get out. Pop him up like that. Pop him out like that. And now his arms, another super easy part. Whoop. Oh, don't forget to take that off. Bop. Bop. I feel like the big Decepticon logo is just supposed to be Bruticus's logo, but even so, I just like the way it looks on the top of the rocket like that. I don't know, it just looks really nice. And now for the annoying part, the head that will never come out. So, that's a flaw too. Outside of the guns not really sticking to the chin sometimes, could just be my copy, but his head... Oh, I thought I scrapped paint. I either chipped my nail or I thought I scraped paint or plastic off of it trying to pull his head out, which is bad. But you can already tell by how much I'm struggling. There we go. It's a fight. It's kind of like Rewind's head, the little cassette tape robot. His head gets stuck in the back of the tape, and that's hard to pull out too. I've had to just kind of like jimmy it and whatnot when I do it, or like put his head a certain way. Maybe that might work for this, like maybe flipping his head around would give you like a better grip or something, but I don't know. I don't really understand. But here we go, back in bot mode. Something I've noticed again too, I really like the Combaticons because they all seem to have unique molds to each other, unlike the aerial bots, which is why I like them so much. They do have some similar transforming capabilities, like the way the legs sort of like fold up into their body. Here's him next to Vortex real quick. Just for like both size comparison and to just be like Well, here's two of the ones I really like. One, I love a good helicopter transformer. We don't have a lot of those. And two, again, fucking unique. Both a unique transformation and a cool robot design. I gotta love it. But the thing that gets me is that these guys are like so unique to each other. And they both have the same-ish transformer scheme, at least for the legs, where you pull them up and whatnot, open them up, fold the legs up, whatever. And they're sort of built opposite, too. So his feet become the front of the helicopter, while his become the back of the rocket. I'm going to take Vortex away for a second because I have another comparison. So as a sort of result, it kind of gives the illusion that he doesn't really have feet. And that confused me for a second. I thought something else would fold out, but no, that's not the case at all. I forgot about Motor Master, or not Motor Master, what the hell is his name? Damn it, I can't think of the guy, I can't think of the one. Menasor, there we go. Menasor and Dead End, who is another figure that, thanks to his transformation scheme, his feet, it looks as though he doesn't have feet when he kind of does. It's just very stylized and whatnot. And they have a similar thing going on here too, a little bit. Dual guns. Ironically, this is the only member of the Stundicons I give a shit about, which is why I got him. And also, he's very loose in like he's very loose in there thanks to like the spring-loaded mechanism for splitting apart and whatnot in car mode for the arm. But I don't know. I feel like these guys kind of go together in a weird way, just due to the simple design and whatnot. Because otherwise, like, everybody's just been kind of like either dissing Vortex because of his like extra kibble on the back of his arms, which hasn't really gotten in the way for me. But he's fine. Like, Vortex is one I didn't really feel like talking about because he didn't impress me to the point where I'm like, I'm going to be switching him back and forth. I switched him back and forth a couple of times. It's fun. But Blastoff here, despite his head getting stuck and despite his chin guns not working every now and then, he's been really cool. And I personally don't like when people are dissing Vortex, but I didn't really feel like throwing a bone his way because he's good. But I would throw a bone for Blastoff because I don't know. He's unique, and it's kind of sad that I'm going to have to put him as the arm of... I'm going to have to make him the arm of Bruticus unless I buy, like, a second one to keep as a bot mode or whatever. But I digress. Still a cool figure, and honestly, if you're a Transformers fan, you like G1, whatever, pick him up if you want to. Don't be obligated to, of course. Collect what you want to collect. But, anyway, guys, thank you guys for joining us today. Merrick out. Peace.